Hello, my Leviathans, and welcome to another episode of stuff on my channel. And this is Natas here, and I would like to tell you why I've decided to stop playing Tower of Fantasy on PS5 and why I think it is become a bad game. Alright? Alright. Couple reasons why. First of all, the menus for the game. There's way... I mean, I understand that a lot of gacha games, there's tons of menus, but this has way too many, to the point where you can't even get to the menus by just clicking things. You have to do a specific button press of triangle and square at the same time just to get a cursor in order to get to the rest of the menu. So and that is terrible because of the fact that sometimes I'm unable to hit, like when I'm trying to hit triangle square at the same time, for some reason I can't do it half the time, and then it presses a button instead thinking I press just square or something, and it goes to a different menu, and then I have to go back and I have to try again and try and get the cursor to pop up. Do it like 2 or 3 times before the cursor finally just decides, hey, it worked this time, and then I can go click the thing I wanted to click with the cursor, then I go to another menu, in which I have to get the cursor back up because the cursor went away after I clicked one thing, and then, you know, rinse and repeat process. And you can even press the triangle square to get the cursor to come outside of the menus and in battles and stuff, and that screws me up sometimes too because of the fact that the triangle button is an attack, and then the square button is to dodge. So you go to dodge and then attack, or attack and then dodge, and you actually push them both at the same time. You get a cursor to pop up, and then your character's just standing there getting hit until you can get the cursor to go away, because, well, the cursor's up, you can't do anything except try and click something with the cursor. So then you're sitting there getting yourself killed because you accidentally hit the button combination. Now, there are some of you who will probably say, hey, you can go into the menus and change what buttons do what, but how can I do that if I can't get to the menu because I need the cursor because of the stupid stuff to change the stuff, you know? But and even if you do go and you try and change the button presses and whatnot, you're going to be having to do a 2-button press thing no matter what, so it's gonna screw you up somehow. And then the other thing about menus is the red dot, the dreaded red dot. Some of you out there know what I'm talking about. The dot that says, hey, you have not looked at this menu. And most of the dots you can get rid of, but the one for the store just keeps popping up. Every time you go through a loading screen or whatnot, it'll be back. It'll be there, and it'll be saying, oh, you didn't see this, but you gotta buy something. You gotta buy something. You know, I understand you gotta make money, but I've played a lot of gacha games. I've played a lot of stuff like this too, and even Genshin Impact. They'll pop up the store thing to tell you to try and buy something once every day, but after you go to the store and you look at it real quick, it goes away. You doesn't just keep going, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Woo, you gotta buy something. No, it does not. 2, the story is getting boring and repetitive. At one point in the storyline, they just skip ahead 5 or 6 chapters, and they're like, all right, the main quest is now way out here, and we're just gonna show you most of what happens in the past chapters real quick as we load you through them to the chapter that we want you to be on now. And that is stupid. If you're an RPG, so one of the biggest things about RPGs is the storyline. So if you know that your storyline is so garbage that people could just skip 5 or 6 chapters of it and nothing, they won't lose out on learning anything really. Yeah, you got a problem. You got a problem with your storyline there. Now you can go back and do the previous chapters that it skips as a side quest sort of thing. But you just saw everything that happened, so now you already know what's gonna happen, and it's been ruined for you. And even when you get Shirley back, she's just one of those characters that's just always like, I want my brother back, I want my brother back. But he made his choice to save her and do what he's doing and rejoin the bad guys after saving her to pay off his debt of saving her. So let him do what he wants. Like, and you know, these are the bad guys, you know, everybody's a hero of their own story sort of thing, you know what I mean? And so who knows, maybe they're not so, you know, so bad. Maybe he has a reason to join them or whatever. Or even if he doesn't, maybe he'll eventually, after he's paid off his debt, betray them and infiltrate them and make sure they don't touch Shirley, you know? But the storyline, not just the storyline, but the fights and stuff. We get so many moments where your character just feels like they're worthless, like they aren't special in any way, because you fight the boss fights or you fight the battles and you have to lose, or you have to let someone else save you, or someone that wasn't even there comes out of the blue and beats the enemy instead of you for no apparent reason, which was one of the biggest things that just made me angry. Was that I was playing the game and I fight this boss enemy, and then all of a sudden Shirley's, I can't remember his name anymore, Shirley's brother and Frigg come out of, Zeke, that's his name, Zeke and Frigg come out of nowhere. They weren't there anywhere in sight, beat the guy, and then once the battle's over, they're not even there anymore. So it's just like, why were they there? Just let me be the one that beats him. Why can't my character feel important? I don't understand. But yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't want to play the game anymore, because if it's an RPG and I don't like the storyline to the point where like the characters are very forgettable, because you meet them and you do like 5 quests with them and then you never see them again, and then, you know, even your character's forgettable because they can never really accomplish anything ever without anyone else's help, or out of nowhere getting saved by somebody, or just losing a battle and then the enemy getting away. It's dumb. It's dumb to me. I do not like that sort of thing. It makes your character feel unimportant. Yes, sir. And the point of me playing a game is that while I'm playing that game, I'm having fun. And what I'm doing makes it feel like it's important, even though it's not really important. You know, playing video games is not important, but like, it feels like it is. 3, events are just mini games that have nothing to do with the game in general. And some of them you can't even do free to play. Like, there's at least one event on, at least, you know, I'm looking at the events right now, and there's one event that I can't do because you have to pay for the currency to enter the event to get the stuff from the event. And then there's other events where it's literally just use the pay for currency to do a slot machine or do this or that, you know. And I don't like that. I don't like that. They try to force you to have to do some pay to win sort of stuff, although the items you get from the events don't really empower your character in any way, shape, or form. So it's not that big of a deal. But it still feels crappy. And even when you do them, the brief explanations of what you're supposed to do in the events is garbage. Like, it doesn't really tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. I had to like do in each event like 3 or 4 times to even figure out what I was supposed to even be doing by watching either the other players doing it or eventually looking up online, like, what am I supposed to be friggin' doing? Like, for instance, I've made a video in the past about how to do one of the events, because even after I figured out how to do it, like, it's still hard because I didn't even realize that, like, there was a thing that told you, like, oh, this weapon does this and that, you know what I mean? So, like, made a video about, like, hey, it's right there, right? Like, it doesn't tell you that it's there, but in the explanation of what you're supposed to be doing, but it's there. Even the crew events are kind of, like, the explanation of what you're supposed to be doing is just a crude, like, really quick, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing, and then you go and do it, and you're like, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. Go into the battle, and the enemies just keep coming, and there's no end to them. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be getting more power? And even with the crew event, I watched a video on, like, what you're supposed to do and stuff, and then I'm just like, I still have no idea. I still have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. So I said, you know what, the events are not for me in this game. 4, graphics. So graphics aren't everything, but I'm gonna have to compare it to Genshin Impact, because the only other game like that I could think of the same type where it's a gacha game, mobile app game that went on to be a console game. So the graphics are pretty bad. I feel like I'm playing PS2. Like, when I play the game, that's how I feel. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm playing PS2 game. 5. Don't even they have a monthly pass, but I don't even know how the thing works. Like, I don't know how to get to a menu that tells me what I'm supposed to be doing for things like beating so many enemies of a type, or doing this or that. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing to go up the points on the monthly pass thing. Like, it shows me the monthly pass and what you can get. I know how to get to that, but to actually get to the menu to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing to get points on that monthly pass, I have no idea. If you do and you want to tell me, let me know in the comments. But I'm done with the game anyways, so there's no point. But you can leave it down in the comments so other people can know, so that they know what they're doing. And finally, the 6th and final reason why I don't want to play the game anymore is there are too many gacha currencies. Like, I can stand there being two or three gachas for, like, hey, you want to get this character, you want to get that character, you want to get that character, and maybe like one currency for the regular summon, you know, and then one currency for the trying to get a specific character, but each one of those specific currency things is the same currency you're using to get them. But then on top of that, there's also the regular getting the artifacts for your characters, whatever they call them, the chips for your characters, gotcha, and then for each one of the character specific gotcha things, there's also another type of chip to go for those, and that pretty much makes it so that if you want to be able to ever max out a character at any point, you have to pay. And free to play will never be able to max out a character. Well, they might be able to, but it will take like a year to 2 years to max out just one character free to play, which is ridiculous when you have to compete, when you're competing with games where free to play, you could just save up enough currency if you just wait for a character spanner and just be like boom, 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 max them out, boom, 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 got their weapon, and do it all at once in one summoning session if you wanted to. So, like, that's ridiculous. So if you're competing with games where the games make it a hell of a lot easier to play more free to play with their gacha, you're not gonna succeed. But anyways, so those are the main reasons why I am stopping playing Tower Fantasy, and I have decided it is not the game for me. I decided that I think the game is bad. There's plenty of people out there that most likely think the game is good. I don't really like it, especially since I am a person who likes story-driven stuff. Like, I like games with really good storyline, and to ruin, my biggest pet peeve was to ruin 5 chapters of the game by just skipping right past it. That was when my mind was like, no. I can't. No. So, I'm gonna have to say goodbye, Tower of Fantasy. You're going down off of my channel. And it was nice playing it while I did, but I'm gonna have to see you go. And I'll see you later.
Alright everyone, you've reached the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. By the way, you can click the videos above to see more of my content if you would love to. And if you click right over here, you will be able to subscribe to my channel without having to go down and click the subscribe button. Or you can just go down and click the subscribe button as well.